Talking Trash, a Green Tips podcast, is a chance for me to jump into the world of sustainability by talking to people in business, government, and nonprofits. Hi, I'm Peggy LaPointe. You can find weekly episodes every Tuesday at KINK.FM, Apple iTunes, or wherever you download podcasts.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good Wednesday for you?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
How about you?
This is boring.
Yeah.
Cut the crap.
We don't do small talk.
No. I hate small talk.
Do you ever find yourself, that phrase, sitting and talking about the weather?
Yeah.
That happens a lot when you don't have something to say, hey, man, this weather.
Ooh.
It's cold yesterday.
It's hot. It's cold. It's rainy. It's sunny. Yeah. It's boring.
Right.
Let's get to the real juice. Have you ever killed a man? Right.
Is that topic number one on your thing?
I don't know, but I just hate small talk. And I'm not somebody with a lot of secrets, right?
No, you don't secrete very many. Oh, wait, hold on.
Wait, what?
You don't secret away very many things. Secrete is a different thing.
I have no idea what you're saying anyway. I don't keep many secrets.
There you go.
You keep things closer to the vest than I do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
not an open book.
No.
I mean, I don't even look at me most of the time. This is the way I am.
You want to be
Don't look at me.
It's
Don't
true.
ask me questions. Just pretend I don't exist.
Yeah, because that's so true with you because if we want to go to a movie, you check how many tickets have already been bought in the theater, and if it looks too full for you, your definition of full, we don't go.
Oh no, I've reached a point in life where I will now only go to a movie theater where we can select our seats ahead of time.
Yeah.
I will not take the risk of walking into a theater and having to fight for a decent seat or have to,
you don't want
heaven
people
forbid,
there.
sit next to somebody.
Right.
So I'll look to see how full it is and if we can. I mean, we're not even the snobs that have to have the perfect level row right in the middle. We typically will go towards the end because you like to get up and potty break.
And so do the kids. It's just easier to be on the ends.
But I don't like it. So pretty much
funny.
There's one theater chain in town that I will go to because you can select your seat ahead of time with your tickets.
Yeah. And it's just so funny because I don't care. I'll go to a full theater. I don't care.
It's a long amount of time to be sitting next to people you don't know who are bound to just annoy me.
But if it's a funny movie and the whole audience laughs, the whole theater, it's a fun, cool vibe in the theater.
Yeah, but how often does that happen? When was the last time you went to a movie?
I don't know.
First question.
You can stop there.
Second question.
I have no idea.
I can name the last time I went to a movie where I was openly laughing and I had that experience because they're rare now, and it was seeing Borat.
Oh, did we see that together?
I don't think. No, I think I went with the old morning show years and years ago, and it was quite literally just
so funny.
It was just so funny because that was the first time we'd ever seen anything like that.
But it's interesting that you didn't know exactly what to expect because you're not the type of person to go see movies like that. And by that I mean 12-year-old boy humor. You don't like that kind of stuff typically.
I don't like it in public.
Okay, because if you remember when we were dating, I wanted to go see the Jackass movies. And you were like, I'm not going.
That's different. That's not like when you say 12-year-old boy humor. It is, but I think there's two versions of that. There's Adam Sandler, which I have an appreciation for. But Adam Sandler, he's
clean 12-year-old boy.
But that's who he's playing for.
Yeah,
is the 12, 13-year-old boy.
Okay,
he knows it and he makes millions of dollars for that.
Yeah.
There's the other 12-year-old boy, which is the stupid jackass guys that are quite literally jackasses they're going to kill themselves. I can't even those pop up in my Facebook feed.
What does?
The videos of horrible fails, and it's people on their dirt bikes and they crotch themselves.
I love watching
they head
those.
plant. I hate that. It's the worst because I'm sitting there thinking there's permanent brain damage now.
There's an account on Instagram I follow called America's Got No Talent.
And it's things like that. I see it I watch it out of the corner of my eye, and I can normally only tolerate. Yeah, it's the same thing with people like to post the videos of near car crashes where like horrible car
like misses, near misses.
Like near misses where like, or even if there's like a crash, but like you see the person survived it and you're just like, ooh, and I'm just like, I don't want to watch this. That person was like literally an inch away from death. And we're celebrating it?
I know. You're a normal person. But so I went and saw all the Jackass movies by myself.
Yeah, you did.
Because you wouldn't go.
No, I just... and any regrets?
No regrets.
No regrets.
Oh, they're so cringeworthy.
They are cringeworthy. I still have memory of not... Because I've never seen them. I've never actually sat down and watched them, even in the privacy of our own home.
Yeah.
But I still remember you vividly explaining to me some of the stuff they were doing. And I was just like, this is... It's madness.
I still follow Steve-O on Instagram.
Right.
And just like a year ago, he decided to set himself on fire with like airline propane.
Something like that. I think I can't remember. I met
him. Airline fuel.
I met him either right before that or right after that. I think it was after that.
And he suffered second-degree burns all over his body. He was
hospitalized. Because he's a moron. They're a moron.
And he's like older than us. Yeah, which is just crazy.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
I mean, it's like going into the kitchen knowing you're going to chop the top of your finger off and just be like, I'm going to do this anyway.
For fun, for laughs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which was actually kind of what was happening once we got that new knife set about a year ago. Every time I used the serrated blade, I cut the tip of my finger.
You cut yourself?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was a crappy set, so they're not as sharp anymore. It's much safer now.
It is much safer now. All right. Well, hey, did you, so last week was Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah.
Did you see what Kanye did for Kim Kardashian?
This was okay, so we got another insight to their creepy house, which is...
Well, you think it's creepy?
Oh, it's all white. There's like nothing on the walls. They're like,
I'm gonna have to take a better look.
It's like void of stuff.
I'm down for that.
You should look that up. Kanye West creepy house, or just do Kanye West
house. Is it going to come up?
It probably will, and it's like minimalist. There's like it's all white. And it's just creepy.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. It's, I don't know. I mean,
but
I like the minimalist.
So the picture we saw was one of this big blank rooms.
People are talking about eerily empty mansion.
Yes.
And minimal furniture.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a thing people are talking about.
Right. I'm not alone in being creeped out by it. But I saw that picture and there was like these roses like in a vase.
Yes.
Scattered.
Single
roses.
Vases.
Like hundreds of them in this big empty room.
Yeah.
It's like, happy Valentine's Day, baby.
Wait, you forgot the other part.
No, I don't. I as far as I got on it. That's as much as my interest was in it.
Oh.
What's the other part?
You don't know? Okay, so
Oh, no, okay, wait, I do. Yes, go ahead.
So she woke up to Kenny G playing a sax in their living room.
That's a nightmare.
That is a complete nightmare.
I have an appreciation for
Kenny G.
For Kenny G, but like...
that is not my idea of a good Valentine's.
Right.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah.
I would be like, WTF. Mm-hmm. Number one, how much did you pay?
Well, it's the Kardashians. Like,
number two, see, okay, here's the other thing. I have, do you find it awkward? Like there was two of them there, right?
Yes.
The answer is yes. When someone's like, I want to sing this song for you.
Yes.
I find it total, and you have to sit there and like look at them, make eye contact while they sing you a song or play you a song or whatever. It is so awkward for me. I want to get out of that situation so bad. I'm like, I know you're talented and I appreciate what you're doing. I don't want to sit here and listen to this because I feel, where do my eyes go? Where do I put my hands? What do I do with my mind?
You're saying this as the person that's the recipient of the love song towards them? Or just the one observing it happen?
As Kim, who had no idea, who was completely surprised, and now you have to stand there and watch Kenny G play for God knows how long, and this is great.
Well, I will make you a Cort Johnson 100% promise. That will never happen to you.
Don't ever. Oh, this is like the last thing I want.
However, you claim that when we first started dating, that the first time I
was going there.
First time we stopped by the house, that I pulled out the guitar.
You did.
Started playing a song.
A U2 song.
And sang to you.
I don't know if you sang, but you played a U2 song.
Okay. And you said that was so, you're like creeped out by it.
Uh-huh.
But the problem is, Randy, you I would not have done that had you not said, do you play anything?
No, lies. I never would have led you to that.
Okay.
Never.
On a scale of 1 to 10, and be completely honest.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
yeah.
How great am I at playing the guitar? Be completely honest.
6 or 7?
No. I'm like a 2. I'm a 3. I'm not very good.
You can play songs though.
I can play like 3 songs. And in the 20, 25 years that I've been playing, they've played those same 3 songs.
Right, I'm very aware.
Yeah. So I'm not very good. So I would never on my own be like, hey, I'm going to impress this lovely lady with a little serenade in my house.
Then why did you?
You asked. We came to we came to the house. The guitar was there, and you said, you play? I'm like, a little. I dabble a little bit.
First of all, yeah, and then you picked it up,
and then you're like, oh, I'd love to hear something.
Bull. I would never say that. Do you think the words "I would love to hear something" would ever come out of my mouth?
You got to remember, we were in that dating stage. This was back when you appreciated me.
Right. It was
when you thought my jokes were funny.
Right.
Reference to episode 6.
Right.
It was different time. Your attitude towards me was one of you wanted me to like you, and I wanted you to like me. So you said, "Do you play?" And I said, "Crap, she's asking me to play." So play something.
Do you remember that? Like, do you remember what was going through your head? I don't.
I remember very clearly that night.
Yeah.
And I remember. Well, okay, I remember that night.
Yeah.
Not very clearly. Huh. But I remember. There is no way I would have on my own.
Well, you were awfully bold. I think it was one of our first dates, wasn't it? And you took me back to your house. Now, nothing happened, but you took me to your house.
Hey, you want to go back to my house for a nightcap?
You took me to your you made some bold moves.
I think.
Nothing, but again, nothing happened. I mean, honestly.
I was just like, hey,
this is my house.
This is this creepy old house I live in it's my grandma's house.
I was a little thrown off that you had an Americana-themed living room.
It was my grandma's house and we hadn't changed it.
No, you decorated it.
I did not decorate it. What are you talking about?
I tell everyone you decorate. You didn't decorate that room?
The front room where the TV was?
No,
or
the TV room.
The old TV room.
It
was not Americana.
It was It
was old French. It was red walls.
It was deep red walls.
I put in crown molding, which looked really awesome.
Yeah, you decorated it. You had the black leather furniture that we still have to this day. And I had those really horrible French paintings that we still have in the garage. I always called it Americana.
There was an Eiffel Tower lamp, Randy.
Okay.
How is that Americana?
Anyway.
Okay, so hold on.
Okay.
I think this conversation has just established you have no actual memory from that time because you're completely wrong.
No, I remember exactly what the room looked like, but I called it Americana.
Despite the fact that it had French paintings.
But my point
and a Eiffel Tower lamp.
I was thrown off by the fact that you, this 20-something single dude, had completely, from top to bottom, decorated that room.
It was a good-looking room. Was it not?
Yeah. Yeah. It's when I knew that I would never stand a chance. Like every decorating argument we have, I let you win because I'm like, I'll never win.
Do we have arguments when it comes to decorating?
I don't anymore. I let you do whatever because you are very passionate about it. What are you laughing about? It's true.
First of all, I have no memory of us ever having an argument.
Okay, let's not argue this whole podcast. You're joking. We've had so many arguments about decoration. And you get super defensive and I'm like, forget it.
I have an aesthetic and
you're strong about
I tend to believe that my aesthetic is better than yours.
Right. And
that's all.
It probably is because I don't care as much as you do. So would you agree that 85 to 90% of our house has been decorated by you?
Oh, no. I would almost say 90 to 5% of it has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not worth the fight to argue with you about it.
There's no fighting going on. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, thanks. Don't get me what Kanye got.
Yeah, no, I promise you, that will never happen.
People won't believe us, but seriously, for Valentine's Day, what did we do?
I got you roses that I got from the radio station.
Right.
And I made you a homemade Valentine's.
What? You cut out a heart on construction paper that said Happy Valentine's Day.
I made it at home.
Okay, I wasn't even going down this road. Okay.
And that's all I did.
We shook hands.
Yeah. Yeah, we shook hands.
It was a shame.
Mm-hmm. We also shook hands yesterday on our 14th anniversary. Yeah, it was great. We did exchange cards.
We did. We actually did cards on that day.
Yeah.
So hey, I'm good.
No, I had a few people telling me that, because they were like, what are you going to do for Randy for Valentine's Day? And I said, I'm not doing anything. She said,
don't.
Not to do anything. And 2 people at least were like, oh, that's a setup. You are completely, as the guy, you have to do something.
Yeah.
It's like,
no.
She said I didn't have to.
I'm pretty honest. Yeah. Like,
I did go get the girls some chocolate.
That was sweet.
Yeah. Made sure that they had their own dozen flowers again, which I got for free from the radio station.
Yeah. That was really nice.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. Am I a bad dad?
Oh, gee. No, we're not talking. Abort mission. We're not talking about your parenting skills anymore after that fight.
No. I can take this. I don't think this
is dangerous water.
I can't envision you stabbing me in the back the way you did the other day. Am I a bad dad because I refuse to entertain the idea of getting another dog for our children, as our trusty little Roscoe is now in his 12th year?
Yeah, he's 12.
Yeah.
Are you getting heat again from the 11-year-old?
I get it at least once a week. Once a week, she's asking if she can get another dog.
She does, and you say you don't take care of the dog you have now.
I go back through it. I said I would entertain this conversation if 95% of what happens with Roscoe wasn't being done by me. The feeding, the pooping, all that stuff. And so, but I also know that older dogs can benefit from having some young blood around them.
But honey, you're the one who does everything for him right now.
I know I do. And
like, you got up at like 5 this morning. I heard him.
He woke up at 5.
And you got up with him, and then you were like, I'm up now.
He does this thing where he rattles he knows it. He shakes his head because he knows it rattles his collar with all of his things on it, his tags, and it wakes me up.
Yeah.
And so I let him out, and then because I've become an old man, after I let him out, I have to go pee. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'm awake for the day. It's happened.
You crack open the paper and grab your coffee.
Amen.
Totally. So here's, what are you thinking? Like, I have gone down that road with her where, like, we've gone on the Humane Society website and we've looked at dogs, and there's awfully cute dogs. It sounds like a good idea, and I love the idea of it, but in my core, I'm like, we'll have another dog.
Right. Yes. However, I would love, like, when we've had a friend of ours who asks us to dog sit his dog.
Yes. Yeah.
And when the two of them get together, there's kind of a new spark of life that happens in Roscoe.
And, that's true.
And they get along really, really well. I know that's not always guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I see it, and I see the benefit of it. They sit there and play, and because normally Roscoe is this lazy hound dog that's just like
laying around and tooting.
Right. So I would love to provide for him in what's probably the last couple.
Yeah.
You tearing up?
Well, no, something's wrong with my eye, but okay. I will tear up now that you're saying this.
What's most likely the last couple of years of his life.
Yeah.
And also, just in terms of transition, because it's going to be devastating for Sloan.
Devastating.
Yeah. So, and we've tried to prepare her as much as possible. There's been some scares. He's
had seizures.
He's had seizures, and he's on like the most expensive diet on earth.
Yeah. And he had like joint issues.
He wouldn't
move.
He's got to have low fat diet.
Yeah, he has intestinal issues.
Yeah. So
he gets pancreatitis all the time.
Right.
That's our dog.
So
here's the thing. I leave the decision up to you, because you're the one who.
No, I keep going back. It's just it's only me that tends to do it, and occasionally you.
I try.
Sometimes Sloan.
Yeah.
Never quit. Every once in a while.
I try. I don't try too hard. I don't try that hard.
I've noticed.
Yeah. It's a pain.
Yeah.
I wish we had a backyard.
Well, we have a backyard enough. There's a fenced yard back there. The previous owners had 2 dogs that was fenced off, and their dogs would go back there. There's balls and all sorts of stuff.
So you think if you get another dog, you're going to train them both to go back there and go poop and pee?
Roscoe has just become super. He doesn't like the feel of the rocks on his feet.
Well, and I'll tell you this, because you have to go downstairs to get to it.
Right, there's also that.
He I haven't told you this, and maybe you already know. So like when I'm working from home, like often I work on our bed, right?
Yeah.
And he can't jump up anymore.
Right.
And so what he has found to do, we have that bench at the end of our bed, the foot of our bed. He can now, he lobs himself onto it. Like it takes him a minute. And then from there, he gets onto the bed. And it sometimes like he had a foot he couldn't get on there the other day. And I was like, come on.
Do we need to get a ramp? A Roscoe ramp?
He needs like one of those ramps. So, yeah, it's up to you. We're so busy. I love the idea of it.
The other problem is,
think?
Well, the other problem is I occasionally look, and a lot of times because we're going to get a rescue. A lot of times the rescue ones that I find that are available, that aren't taken right away, are the ones that have to be in a home without children, have to be in a home without other dogs.
Yeah,
and it's just like, well, we're ruled out. So I just need to wander around the neighborhood, look for a stray, and nab them.
Yeah, I just don't know if those are, like, I see those on the Humane Society website.
Yeah, who knows if it's true?
If it's true, I'm like, that's an awful lot of.
Well, I would hate to find out the the hard way. It's just like, I'm going to prove them wrong and then have it be horrible.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So
that's very true.
All right.
Did you see that Southwest has had to take like a good chunk of their planes out of commission for mechanicals?
No.
Yeah. I was going to go look for I saw the article and I read it yesterday, and they have a ton of planes out of commission right now, which is, so it's canceled a ton of flights. And it got.
What's the reason for it?
I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. I need more information. But it just got me thinking about, we're going to be flying on Monday.
Yeah.
We're not flying Southwest, right?
No, I don't think Southwest goes to Hawaii.
Okay, thank God. But also that I am such a stickler to get to the airport super early.
Yeah.
And you do too, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't like to cut it close.
And I was raised in a family. Well, so my mom is a flight attendant, and I think she got so used to flying, and she's crew, so like she gets to go through the.
And she doesn't have to wait in the big long line.
Yeah, and so my mom, she's gotten a little bit better, but my mom will like go at the very, 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 very last minute, and it causes me all sorts of pain and stress to leave at the very last minute.
Right.
And there have been times where we have been running through security, and they're going through, because then she's always like, only carry-ons, which I have always said, I have this, because we fly a lot. Like I've flown quite a bit.
Yeah.
People who only take carry-ons are jerks, in my opinion.
You don't like those people?
Nope. There are two types of people in this world: people who check their friggin' bag and people who carry on.
So you're not opposed to somebody coming on with like a backpack or a a small bag.
No.
Nope. When it's their full on, like as the largest size carry on they can take. The problem is that the airlines have kind of forced that. They started charging for baggage.
Yeah.
And so people are like, well, then I'm going to take the biggest thing I can actually carry on and not get charged $25 or $50.
Yeah, and then they're trying to shove it over your head. It falls. They're also the ones who make deplaning take forever.
Sure. Yeah.
Just check your bag like a decent human being.
The trick is...
Sorry, I was clicking on a... God, I'm the worst. Sorry, go ahead.
The trick is to do the check at the gate thing. Take it through, but then check at the gate.
Right. You can do that with strollers.
And typically, you don't have to pay for it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't always offer it, but more and more they're starting to offer that. And so you check it, you don't have to pay for it. Everybody's happy.
Right.
What's worse though? The people that are trying to get it above your head.
Yeah.
And it's kind of falling out. I always think of the OxyClean guy that got hit in the head.
Yes, me too. I think of that every time.
What was his name? Billy Mays?
Billy Mays.
Yeah, Billy Mays. Or the person who can't find a spot and then has to go put it all the way. And I feel bad for this person but they have to go all the way to the back of the plane, put it in there. And so then they try to get to it right when you land so that they don't have to go back afterward.
And they ruined all of the flow of deplaning. Yeah. No, just check your bag.
I have a technique though. You've seen my technique in place when it comes to the deplaning portion. I roadblock.
Yeah, you
because
do.
There's
You're so good.
There's
at that.
those people that
The plane starts to descend and
again,
they jump up.
These are not the people who are trying to, if they're trying to get to a connecting flight, I get it.
Yeah.
And oftentimes the flight attendants are aware of this. They make it known, hey, these people need to get.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people 3 rows behind you. They're going to try to scramble and get ahead.
Yes.
So I will instantly.
They're the worst.
I will instantly stand up in the middle of the and just stand there.
Yeah, you do.
I don't even do anything. I just stand there and I block.
It's great.
And I let I'm not going ahead.
Yeah.
I just
you let everyone else go.
Yeah, just get your stuff together and wait your turn.
Plane etiquette is seriously, it needs to be taught, because the other thing is that, like, especially in those Southwest flights. So by the way, I looked it up. They're grappling with an operational emergency after an unusually high number of planes have been taken out of service, which is crazy.
So they're not saying why.
No. So you may not want to, I don't know. But what I was going to say is, so often on Southwest, you end up sitting in a middle seat. When I fly Southwest, they always tell you to check in like a day and a half before, and I always forget.
Right.
So I'm usually in section C, I'm like C59. And so I sit in a middle seat. My mom, again, she, is very clued into the plane etiquette. And she's like, if you're in the middle seat, you get both armrests.
That's the rule?
That's the rule.
Or is that the etiquette?
That's the etiquette, I guess, honestly. That's
because the idea is the person in the middle, A, they're in the middle.
Yeah.
And
which
B,
sucks.
the people on either side of you at least get one.
Right.
So why should they have 2?
Right.
When they're not in the middle? Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah. And the last time I had a 6-hour flight, because I flew direct from Orlando back to Portland, and there was a guy on the aisle. I was in the middle. He had a short sleeve shirt on. Okay.
Yeah.
He was hairy.
Mm-hmm.
And he not only took up both armrests, spread his legs, and like his bare arm like kept rubbing against me. And I was like making it, I didn't say anything. I was passive aggressive.
Right.
But I was just like, I kept grabbing my arm and like,
Oh, you would do that?
Yeah. I go, but it's gross.
I thought you liked hairy men.
Not when they're oblivious to their own self. Like he's not self-aware at all.
Okay.
I like hairy-ish men. You're not hairy at all.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
So what does that say? I don't know.
I disappoint you daily.
Except for your beard hair.
Except for my beard hair.
By the way, I know we talked about last week. Literally, like the next day, I took my sock off and there was a beard hair in between my toes.
I can't help it. I'll just shave. And then you're going to get whatever is underneath this.
And then you're going to be sorry.
Then you will be sorry, because I don't think either of us have seen what's under here for
a million years.
For a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's pretty.
There could be like a family living under that beard.
Probably is.
Yeah. So anyway, flying, I love flying by myself, but if people are just asses, it makes for a terrible trip.
Right.
Terrible. And then of course I hate people who want to talk to me the entire time. Like I will put my earbuds in and not have anything going.
You just do that so that they just
it's a sign. Yeah. Totally.
I don't think I've ever had a problem with somebody trying to talk to me on a plane.
They don't want to talk to the big redheaded dude?
I think it's the beard.
It scares people?
I think that they're like, this guy, I don't want to talk to that guy. And again, it's all part of my big master plan. I don't like to be seen. I don't want to be heard.
You're
you
invisible.
You do not need to acknowledge me.
I had like a drunk guy talking to me the whole time, like just a few flights ago.
I think it's.
I was like, ugh.
Do you get? Is it men?
I'm not friendly looking.
It's men. It's men talking because you're a pretty woman.
Oh, thank you. And when I was nursing,
I didn't really mean that as a compliment. I was just saying that as a statement of fact.
Well, that's also nice because it's not a fact.
Okay.
When I was nursing Sloan, I had this creepy guy. And I asked to be moved.
Yeah.
That was sitting next to me and like literally watching the entire time. And so
that's pretty creepy.
It was and I asked.
Where was I?
I had flown to Yakima and I was flying.
Right.
I think I was flying back to Salt Lake.
One of your exotic trips to Yakima.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, we'll see how our flight goes. It's 4 hours, right? To Hawaii.
I think it's more than that.
It could be. The girls said they're going to download movies. So. And we're not even sitting together. That's going to be the bummer.
Some of us are.
The girls are sitting together.
Well, no, it's always 3 and 1. I've got us 3 and 1, so we can take turns.
Being alone.
The girls are easy.
Oh, they're totally easy. Yeah. Yeah.
That was always like, especially Quinn. She used to volunteer to go sit by herself somewhere else.
Because she is such a good, like, her charisma and her energy. And so I'd go over and she'd have like tons of drinks and snacks, and because the flight attendants always would dote on her and be like, oh, that's another cool thing, is that because my mom knows a lot of people in the industry, often I'll be like, do you know who's doing this flight? And she'll find out. And then like, because I bitched last time I was on a work trip, and I'm like, the Wi-Fi's not working. And the flight attendant was a guy that my mom knew, and he's like, if you need Wi-Fi, come get me. I have my phone. You can use my phone if you need to text somebody. I was like, thank you.
So I
don't know how he had Wi-Fi, but he did. So
I don't want to name names, but I have heard tale about this whole. I mean, you can text wherever there's a signal.
You totally can, dude. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you right now.
Okay.
I never turn my phone off.
You never.
Nope.
You never put it on airplane mode?
I will put it on airplane mode when they walk by, and then I turn it right back off.
Well, wait, hold on.
It depends.
Wait a minute. You are how confident have you been that
the plane's not going to crash?
Yeah.
Super confident. My cell phone signal is not going to take that plane down.
You didn't know that?
I do know that. I'm pretty smart. I know that.
So every time I have flown with you, with our daughters, you were sitting there tempting.
Lives at risk.
You've been putting our lives and everybody else on that plane.
It's
all 168 souls.
It is pure bullshit. It is not true. The cell phone signals do not interfere.
Okay. I understand that, but I think technically you are breaking. I don't know if it's FAA.
Yeah, I am.
Policy.
Do we need to delete this piece out of the podcast?
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I keep it on if there's a charger. So like, Delta and Alaska have chargers in there on the planes.
We are about 30 minutes into this. I don't expect anybody to really get this far.
Okay, good.
Maybe they will.
But if they don't have chargers on, behind the seats.
So that's your indicator whether you're going to just follow like FAA regulations?
I'll turn off my phone. Ugh. Can I be arrested?
I don't think you can be arrested, but maybe they can ban you from flying?
Are you sure?
You should ask your mom.
I'm going to text my mom after this and see. What?
Okay. So we will just say this right now.
We may have to
This part of the conversation will make sense if we didn't delete something. It won't make any sense if we realize that Randy's been breaking the law.
Okay, this whole time.
And that we had to go in and delete that just because I really want to go on this trip to Hawaii on Monday. And I'll be honest with you, I will go with the girls, with or without you. We are going to fly to Hawaii.
Whether
mom's with us or not.
All right.
And second part, there's something you need to make sure you do on that flight because.
Okay, from now on, I will do it.
Okay.
I'll put it in airplane mode. I'm not turning my phone off. I'll put it in airplane mode.
Don't say that now. See, now do I have to edit this part out?
No, because you can keep your phone on. You just put it in airplane mode.
Right. Put it on airplane mode.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'll do.
I want to make sure nobody becomes the wiser of your illegal activities.
Well, because what happens if you keep your phone on and you're way high up, it starts eating your battery.
Oh, sure. Yeah, because it's searching for a signal and it's not finding
battery. Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
And then we can put this to bed.
Okay.
The first time you did that.
Yeah.
Did you get a thrill out of it? Were you just waiting? Were you waiting for like some crazy turbulence? No. I wasn't worried about it. Just I'm like, were you just like, was it like almost like a roller coaster ride where you're just kind of unsure if like things gonna hold together and you're not gonna?
I think it was because my personality, I get stressed when I can't check work emails and stay connected to work. And so if I'm flying for work and I'm not taking like an official vacation day, even if I am, but if I'm flying for work and I get stressed that I can't check emails, I keep it on. And that's the first time I probably did it.
Horrible. This is just horrible.
I won't do it anymore. Do you think I can be arrested?
I don't know.
Okay, I shouldn't have admitted that.
We should Google this.
Yeah, I'll Google it.
If I
listen, I'm gonna text my mom. She'll know. She'll probably be like, "You should never do that. What are you doing?"
She'll probably be just like, "Don't ever admit to it."
What is it? Do we have to record like 30 more minutes of the podcast?
Just cut that part out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it say?
I think you're all right.
Okay. All right. Hey, have you noticed, I'm moving on. Have you noticed that Quinn will not, first of all, having a 13-year-old in our house is just eye-opening.
Yeah.
Right? You learn so much.
Sure.
Mostly slang. But also, and I was telling my friend Angie this the other day too. You know that store she likes, Brandy Melville?
Yeah.
Have you been in there?
No.
It is everything I wore in 1994.
Right.
But for way more money.
You should have held on to that stuff.
Oh my God. It is like baby doll shirts and like big pleated brown corduroys and Thrasher shirts and like Martha's Vineyard hats. And not that I wore that, but like it's everything I wore.
Yeah.
And
it's like bell-bottom pants that we had when we were.
Yes. My mom was always like, I wish that I had kept mine. Yeah. It's higher priced and they don't do sizes. So everything's one size fits all. It's just mind-blowing to me.
Really? There's no sizes?
Nope. Everything is one size fits all. Maybe the pants have sizes, but the shirts are all one size fits all.
Yeah.
Or one size fit, whatever they call it, one size fits most. I am now that old curmudgeon person. I go in there with her and she's like, what do you think of this? And I'm holding back everything because I'm like, why would you get that? But I'm going, oh, that's cute. And for Christmas, we got her a gift card there. So, you know,
so
she wanted
kind of
to go
your fault.
Right. Well, because she loves that store. It's just so crazy to me. I feel like back in my day, you know. But that's not what I was going to say. Have you noticed that she now, it must be a new slang, she uses the term rip, which rest in peace is what it means.
Right.
And that's what she's using it for.
Yeah.
But she uses it for everything. Like I'll go, oh, we're out of hairspray. And she'll go, oh, rip. And just like on everything. She says, rip. And I texted her the other day because I wasn't going to be home till late. And I'm like, how was school? And she goes, Gucci.
Right.
Do you get that too?
Yeah.
Who lives with it? Who is this person who's wearing all my old clothes from 1994 and saying rip and Gucci?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, she's become obsessive about Billie Eilish.
I know.
Yeah.
We got to figure out how to get those tickets.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, today, because, you know, she's obsessed with watching The Office and like all the reruns. She told me this morning she found a new television obsession. She's now binging Glee.
Oh.
Which I think is great.
Sure.
I was like, I'm sure we never watched it.
She's on, I think I watched an episode or two.
Yeah.
Early on.
I think, is it right when like we had Quinn or Sloan? It was one, I mean, like we had a tiny baby at home and I just don't think I watched any of that, which is funny. I didn't watch any of that. You know, when we first had Sloan and she never, ever, 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 ever slept. Yeah. And I'd be up all night long.
Yeah, we were both up all night long.
You were up sometimes. I remember many times I was up by myself.
Right.
I would binge Rock of Love.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, with,
what the heck's his
the
name?
guy from Poison.
Yeah.
Bret Michaels.
Yeah.
It was his own dating show, right?
And then I binged the Scott Baio 45 and Single.
Sure.
Which then turned into like 46 and Married.
46 and Married.
Yeah. I binged all that. Yeah. So that was the time when Sloan was born. And
and some good television right there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is part of the show where Randi shares with everyone what I have done wrong this week.
Right. But you know, maybe it's just because we're coming off of Valentine's and our anniversary.
Yeah.
But I started to have this realization. Again, I was telling my friend Angie, we talk a lot.
Right.
I'm like,
has this become the I was just telling my friend Angie podcast?
Yes, it has.
Okay, so you have the conversations with Angie first.
Yes.
That's your testing ground.
Yeah. And
if something lands, you're like, I'm going to do that on the podcast.
Yeah, that's my stand-up testing ground. I think you're the nicer person in this relationship.
Oh, I totally am.
Why do you think that?
Because I am.
It's new discovery for me.
Every good marriage is good cop, bad cop.
I'm the bad cop.
And you're the bad cop.
Always?
Always. Yes. Well, okay. Sometimes it reverses a little bit. But I think overall, when all is said and done, in 100 years, when they look back at the People Johnson family, it'll be Cort, good cop, Randi, bad cop. Case closed.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes me a
It's not bad to be the bad cop. It's just it's the tandem thing, like the yin and the yang.
I think you're just a much warmer and kinder person.
That's a true statement.
I'm slowly discovering this.
What? I've been telling you it for years.
I know.
What was this? So this isn't anything I did wrong this week.
I know.
What was the big clues this week? If this was the realization of the week, I mean, what was the?
It's just the recent conversations we've been having, and I just just about life and about us and the kids and and I'm just like, your answers have been comforting, and I look at the things that you've said and I'm like, if the tables were turned, I wouldn't say that. I would be like, I don't know, muscle up, get it together,
right?
You know?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Which is what, that's about right.
It's not sitting well with me. It's a new discovery.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then what? How am I? Am I nice at all?
No, you're not. You're nice in all the right ways. No, this
isn't about tell me how great I am.
No,
I'm just this is a discovery I'm slowly making, and I'm like, wow, does everyone see this?
No. Listen, we've had this conversation. There have been points in a marriage where you find you have to function in a certain way.
Yeah.
And so when we moved from Salt Lake City to Portland, Oregon back in 2011,
it was rough.
I left a morning show gig. I was making pretty decent money.
Yeah.
We came here. You took on a job where you were making more money, but the money you were making wasn't anywhere close to what we had been making together.
Right. It didn't compensate.
And we moved to a place where the cost of living ended up to be way more than we expected.
Yeah.
So, long story short, those first 2 or 3 years that we were here, it was rough. You were working crazy.
Yeah.
And the original plan was I was going to be stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
And then transition back into the workforce, which is harder to do once you step out of it, especially when you're in a place that you have no connections in.
Yeah.
And so that plan took longer than we expected, for lots of different reasons. But for me, it just became apparent, at a certain point, one of us has to play point, the other one has to be backup.
Yeah.
And we can't, for us to have a functioning relationship, we both can't be trying to play point. At certain points, you played back up to me.
Yeah.
And other points that I played back up to you. And it's maybe more so here because you have a more important job than me. I've been the supporting backup.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
it works.
It works.
Yeah.
So.
That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. It's something that I've been thinking about, and I'm like, I think this is how it is.
It's how it is right now.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm a kind person.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're probably the most kind person I know.
But you're more kind than I am.
I'm
in different ways.
In different ways.
Yeah.
It's different.
I gotta keep unpacking this, but it's just something. It just came up, and I'm like, I don't know. It was a discovery in my core, and I was like, wow, I think this is really how it is. And here all along, I've thought I'm just a great person.
You were the good cop.
I was the nice, yeah.
Nope.
Anyway, yeah, it's interesting. I think it would be good for us to talk about our transition here on another podcast. It was crazy.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy times.
It was the worst of times, right?
Well, that's what I said, but you said you don't remember it the way I do.
I don't have the same because I felt like we kept it together. I mean,
I have a lot of PTSD from it.
It wasn't the best times.
No.
But I don't look at it as a huge negative.
And I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So on that note.
Yeah. Well, once you've very friendly-ish, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, take us out.
I will do that.
I mean, I shouldn't tell you. I don't want to tell you what to do.
Maybe we kind of were.
I did.
Also, you should subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave a review.
Oh, yeah.
That helps.
Mm-hmm. If it sucks, say it.
Well, I think...
You could say it.
I think Apple Podcasts only accepts 5-star reviews, so don't even try anything else. But, I mean, leave whatever message you want.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it.
Jaguar Land Rover Portland presents The Portland 50, a podcast series about the people and places that make Portland unique. Listen at KINK.FM or download today on Apple Podcasts. The Portland 50 is presented by Jaguar Land Rover Portland. One company, 2 iconic brands. Jaguar Land Rover Portland is a Don Rasmussen company, the legendary Portland institution, serving our community since 1950.